Hey guys, Mrs. Willard here. Today I'm going to take you down a little memory lane walk for me. Kids are often asking me, when did you start making art? What did you do for art? What do you do for making art now? And so I started thinking about it, and I think this is a good opportunity to share that with you. First of all, people say, when did you know you wanted to be an artist or an art teacher? And the truth is, I kind of always knew that was me. I've asked my mom when she thought she knew that's what I was going to do. And she said, oh, from the time you were a toddler, you were much more interested in making art. It's all you wanted to do. You found creative ways to use anything that you had. And I knew you were going to be an artist or an art teacher or something with art when you were just a wee little 3 or 4-year-old child. So, and it is true that I have always liked it. I've always done a lot of art, so it's a little hard to separate what is talent and what is experience because they really go hand in hand. I've made art pretty much all the time since I can remember. And I took art in elementary school just like you guys do. I went to quite a few different elementary schools when I was a kid, and it was a little bit different at every school. And so I'm going to go through with you today some of the art that I made. My mom did keep a box of my artwork when she thought I had done something she really liked. And a few years ago, she told me I had to take that box. So I do have quite a lot of the artwork that I made when I was little, and I'm going to show that to you today to show you that I did ordinary things when I was a kid, just like you guys do. When I say ordinary, I mean things that you will be familiar with, not anything that you guys don't do now. So this was one of the things in my box. It is marked for the date. I was 5 years old, Christmas when I was 5 years old, so probably kindergarten when I made this. It's a little Santa made out of construction paper and cotton balls, and so things very much like kids make today. So kindergarten. This was a card that I made for my grandmother. I loved my grandmother, and it was also dated because when my mom put things in the box, she would date it. And it was a card. I made it out of a grid paper and crayons. There's some glued on yarn. And on the back, it says, "Dear Grandma, I love you, the end." So I think my grandmother probably kept this one, and then my mom got that back. So a little picture of a ship, a sailboat. You can see it is on lined writing paper. So I didn't always have special fancy dancy art supplies. I used what I had, crayons and lined paper. Another one, probably about the same time, first grade, I would say. It looks like maybe I don't know, it looks a little bit like Santa Claus, but it also looks a little bit like an angel or a fairy or something. I'm not sure what that was. This was second grade. I do remember this. It was, you can guess when it was, Halloween. So some ghosts and sort of a pumpkin moon. Second grade. Another kind of Halloween-y piece of art. I don't remember when this was, probably second or third grade. Kind of a ghost and the pumpkin. So I really kind of did make a jump third, fourth grade. This was a piece I did definitely in fourth grade. I remember doing this. I'm going to tell you a secret. My first name is Margaret, and I got in my mind that I was going to call myself Meg at school. And so you can see that is my name, and I made it like a butterfly. So that did not last very long, but for a little while in my life, third and fourth grade, I went by the name Meg. So that was my Meg butterfly. Also just out of a regular piece of paper and crayons. Here's a little painting. I did this in 5th grade as part of a project on habitats and biomes of animals. So I'm not sure how accurate it was, but my mom liked the painting enough that she kept it. I did pottery at one of my schools I went to when I was called Meg. And so this is one of my pieces of pottery. This was my 4th grade piece of pottery. So, and it's just exactly like it was when I was in 4th grade, those many years ago. And I have one from 3rd grade as well, but I can't find that right now. So again, I've told you that'll last forever if you take care of it. Okay. So I did do a lot of art in middle school. Could not find any middle school art. My next art really jumped to high school. And when I was in high school, I did a lot of drawing and painting. One thing that I did, I had an art teacher who was really big into finding pictures generally from National Geographic magazine, and I would copy those pictures to learn the skills of the material. In this case, it was watercolor painting. This is an Eskimo child. It was a National Geographic cover picture. So this is a watercolor painting. And I would guess I worked 6 weeks on this maybe during art class. So once a week for an hour for 6 weeks on that. So another one was from that same kind of thing was this little orangutan baby. This is in chalk pastel. And again, it was also a National Geographic photograph that I copied. So learning the skills of that. So after high school, I had done these kind of things and I did a portfolio and I decided I was going to go to art school to be an artist. So I did well in all of my classes and all of school, but there were certainly other people that were better at other things than I was. But I was one of the very best, if not the best in my class in art. And so I decided that was what I was going to do. And so I did go to art school, and in art school, I took art classes all day, every day, and you had a specific class for drawing where all you did was draw. And we had a nature lab where they had all kinds of animals and plants that you could go look at. And when I was a freshman, my first year of college, this was one of my drawings of all these different birds. They weren't all set up like that. I just kind of collaged in lots of different birds. This is done in Conte crayon, which is kind of between a chalk and a pencil and charcoal. So that was a drawing. I was really into making things look super realistic. And that's what we were learning how to do. Another class I had was called two-dimensional design, and really we did color study and painting mostly in that class. And this was a more abstract pattern that I did. I don't know if you can see, but it is a little paper clip repeated over and over again. And as you can see from when I put them together, we had to do 2 pieces so we could carry it around. I already had a real love of the color wheel or the rainbow or the spectrum. So those are some of the things I did when I was a kid, all before I was a grown-up. I keep doing work. I still love doing things with nature, painting nature things, drawing, collaging. And so I just wanted to share with you who I was as an artist as a kid. You know, you are an artist if you make art. So you don't have to say you want to grow up to be an artist. If you are making art, you are an artist right now. And I'm very proud of you for everything that you do. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.